Alright, investigator, what have you found so far?
My guess, she was hit over the head while looking through this telescope, dragged to the edge of the roof by her assailants, and then thrown over the edge. What the body looked like.
Yeah, it definitely corresponds with that. It looks like, yeah, she was hit over and then fell this way. And then was dragged. Probably by only one person, obviously, or else she would have been carried. But I doubt only one person can throw her off the roof, considering how high it is and having to climb the ladder, so there were probably two people.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
It looked like we got,
Well, there's some blunt force trauma to the head, so I don't think she just jumped or anything like that. And considering the injuries sustained, I think she was pushed or fell off considerable height, probably 40 to 60 feet. So it looks like the roof. We know so far from the injury sustained on the victim that she fell from the roof, most likely, and there was blunt force to the head, so was most likely hit on the head with a hard object.
And I found a fiber in the stairwell that goes to a rented sweater, but her alibi checked out, so.
yeah, when I was examining the blood spatter on the roof, it looked as though there had been a serious injury to some upper part of the body around the telescope, going onto the side of the wall and the ground around. And then it looked as though she was dragged to the edge of a wall, and then when we went and examined the body at the base of the building, there was considerable amounts of blood there as well, but we did notice some markings on the back of her head.
Also, the results came back from the imprint on her head, and it was most likely a large wrench, which we also found at the crime scene.
And on the railing leading down from the roof of Donnelly, I found Caroline Angle's fingerprint, which puts her at the scene of the crime. And on the wrench that we believe was used to murder Gracie Fleming, I found the fingerprints of Basil Burnett, putting her at the scene of the crime also.
So I think it's safe to say, with all of our evidence compiled together, that we believe Basil Burnett killed Gracie Fleming on the roof around 5:30 p.m. with a wrench?
Yes.
With the help of Caroline
Caroline
Ingalls. Yes.
All
Right.
right. So, Mr. Ramirez, where were you when you heard the scream on that night?
I was closing up the track gates when I heard the screams.
What, did you hear anything on the roof or something? Because from what we've discovered, it seems as though she's fallen.
Well, I did, once I got here, I did hear some noises up on the rooftop of Donnelly, and I heard some footsteps and a door close.
Where were you the afternoon of Gracie Fleming's death?
I went to the roof to work on my astronomy project. I left around 5, and on my way back down, my sweater got caught on the brake.
So that explains why we found part of your sweater at the scene. Do you have anyone that can back up your alibi?
Yeah. I went to Miss Connor's room and told her I was leaving. I remember her saying she had one group left to go on the roof that night.
Were you involved in the murder of Gracie Fleming?
No, I was not. I did not know Basil was going to kill her. I just thought she was going to scare her. Next thing I knew...
Next thing I knew, she pushed her off the roof, and her head was splattered on the ground. Why were your fingerprints found on the murder weapon then?
I'm the only one that knows how to set up the telescope. I have to use the wrench to get the bolts tight.
We'll contact you with further questions. Basil, we found your prints on the railing and the murder weapon found at the scene.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then I'll explain it to you. You were mad that Gracie wasn't doing her fair share of work. She missed an activity session and many others, so you decided to take matters in your own hands and kill her that night on the roof with the wrench that you used to tighten the bolts on the telescope.
Gracie was a bad partner. She never did her work. I was done with her, so I made a point to all future people I would do projects with.
Well, unfortunately for you, all your projects are going to be done in the South.
I don't even know why she wanted to do this project. She never shows up.
Even in class, she just sits there and nods her head.
She's probably out with some boys from Rockers, maybe the wrestlers, I don't know.
The men.
She's always with boys.
The children. If she misses another meeting to work, I might kill her.
Preach.